Hello, I'm Dr Gareth Moore, and this is
Laura Jane Eyres.
And we are puzzle authors. Ooh. And we've written all these books you can see over here.
Wow.
But in particular, in this video, we're not writing any puzzles at all, but solving them. And we're looking at this. Exit the game, the polar station. So should we start by opening the box, see what's inside?
Let's start by opening the box.
Right, okay.
This is always actually a very difficult bit.
Well, sometimes it can be hard to open these. Oh, no, it came right away today.
Hooray!
Right, so do you want to do the honours?
This is a semi-old school box, I believe.
Yes, released 5 years ago at least, more than that
Many moons ago.
Maybe more. I'm not sure exactly.
Station.
The polar station.
It's kind of out of season, actually. It's spring as we record this video.
I did get woolly hats to wear.
We have got them, just in case.
I put mine on and I decided I looked more like a criminal.
Quite sunny outside, so we're not going to wear them for the duration of this video. But this is what they looked like anyway.
So it's for 1 to 4 players, which is very specific, given that it could be any number.
That's true.
Although it'd be hard to share. Aged 12 and up.
Which we are.
So
you may have noticed.
That's true. What's the game about, Laura?
Well, a wonderfully mild morning in the Arctic, just minus 15 degrees Celsius. You're part of a large team of researchers divided into several groups. In group IMBQ12, catchy, you are researching climate change in the North Pole. It's all top secret. You have no idea what the other group's missions are. You've seen and heard nothing from group IMBQ13, for example, for weeks.
Oh, IMBQ13 are always getting into trouble.
Just a random example there.
Suddenly, the evacuation alarm goes off. You run to the door, but it has already locked automatically. Through the window, you can see your colleagues from the other groups race into the helicopters. You are the only ones left behind. You are able to climb through a ventilation shaft into the neighbouring section. Here, too, the door is already locked. The laboratory is absolutely destroyed, and you wonder what could have happened here. Then, you find a notebook and an odds disc. I think we know where this is going to be going. Everything in the room is secured with combination locks. And you realise, only if you can crack all the codes in time will you be able to escape. If not, this will surely be your end.
Wow! What an incredibly specific situation to have happened.
It is, isn't it? So,
I do like it,
instruction
though.
work and some strange objects, which we'll come back to later.
So we're at the North Pole.
And this is the book, I imagine, we're referring to, and some cards. And this is the game box.
And that's the box.
Now, we should say that at the back of here, it will tell you, inside here rather, it will tell you how to play the game. So we won't read this out, we'll just deal with the rules as we come to them.
As we come to them.
But the interesting point is always, where does the game begin? What are you waiting for? Start the stopwatch and escape from the station before it's too late. Now you are allowed to look at the entire book. So we can look at all of this book here.
This book. There it is.
Sometimes you can only look at the first page. And
begin solving riddles.
Yeah.
If anything is unclear, don't be shy about looking something up in the manual during the games.
Right.
We might be shy though, because we try not to.
We need to open the deck of cards.
Let's open the deck of cards. Right.
Right, Laura's worked out how to open the
Gareth
deck of cards.
gave up in frustration, so I've managed to get in.
Right, so in an exit game, there are 3 types of cards usually. There's riddle cards, which are revealed as you go to tell you the story and what you should be taking. The answer cards you use to check your answer along with a decoder disc. And then there are help and solution cards.
In case you get stuck.
In case you get stuck. And then there's usually some advertising as well.
I'm usually in charge of the riddle cards.
Quite a lot of advertising.
There is a lot of advertising.
Right.
I'm usually in charge of riddle cards, so I'm going to take those, and you can be the boss of answer cards.
I'll be the answer boss. Right, so we start by opening the book.
Let's
have a look to see what's in here. Go on,
okay, I was just going to say that this is the notebook of the people that we haven't heard from for a while.
Oh.
Or they've gone rogue or something like that. Let's find out. Okay.
So, there's a diary entry. We'll read that in a minute.
Ooh.
There's a picture of the lab and his card P. Now, when we see a card, we can take it. And in particular, there are puzzles to solve, which we can try solving once we know what we are trying to actually use the puzzle for. So once we have found something with an L on it, we can use it to open the L drawer by putting a code into here. We'll explain as we go. What else is in the book? So
many things. I just noticed that there are letters, by the way, here. New snow, artificial snow, granular snow.
Yes.
So maybe they'll come up in the future.
There are ancestral portraits. Okay. There are some windows and a blue line here, which comes up and across. You can see that because the lights...
They look a bit like actual explorers. As in, like, real,
real
people.
I mean, Amundsen, for example, yeah.
Yeah. Rolled, I believe.
There's somewhere where a card should go,
a card should go. Ooh, yes, that's got to be.
Yeah.
That can't be a coincidence.
There's a protractor without any measurements, or the sun coming up, perhaps.
The sun coming up, or setting.
Yes, that's true.
Polar night.
An IT memo. To activate the lock of the main heating system, we'll read that later.
Okay.
There are some grey needs to be painted. Well, we can see
green.
Green. It says green. So presumably it's saying green needs to be painted.
And that's a plus symbol. So we know, for example, that we would be solving the plus puzzle if we were using
that
right.
bit
of info.
There's a picture of the Northern Lights.
The Northern Lights.
light, which I wonder if it connects with something. Often when you see things like that on exit boxes,
sometimes.
they connect with graphics on the box. So, for example, there's a
Yeah.
beam of light here and a beam of light here, and they may well go together. There's something here. Caution, your escape will be on a knife edge if you cut too soon. So presumably we're meant to cut these out at some point and reassemble them.
Cool. Love
and I
that.
guess they'll make numbers or some such.
Yeah. Nice.
Wait for the construction manual, okay. And then on the back it's plain. So, let's start by taking that card.
Let's take riddle card P. And hopefully they're sorted into alphabetical order, so I can't possibly get it wrong. There it is, riddle card P. I can. Ooh!
Ah, so it appears to say 126 or 129.
Why don't we put it on that bit of paper that we found just seconds ago? And it might...
There's some bits underneath.
Okay,
so 432
432
for the L.
When you say there's some bits underneath.
That's on here, on the page.
Oh, yes. Yeah. What do we think? If we rotate it the other way, would it do anything?
No.
You never know. I just like to try, but it doesn't. Hooray. So, 432. Do we think that's our first code?
We'll jump ahead very quickly. But for card L, so we need to find L to make sure we have actually got something we can open. So in this picture scenario, we haven't read this yet. We'll come back to that. In this scenario, there is a drawer with an L on it. And to enter the code, what was it?
432.
Into this, we dial in onto the decoder under the L symbol.
So go like this, 4, and then 3, 2.
Now, I notice there's stars on this, which you don't normally have.
I think they're actually snowflakes.
Oh, okay. And it reveals, is that a 1 or a 7?
I think that's a 7.
So we then take our answer cards, and we look at card 7. And it asks us, where did we see this combination lock?
Where did you see it? And we saw it on this
green one here.
drawer.
So then we take card 12.
And then it tells us whether we've got it right or not.
It does.
I feel confident
or wrong.
that we have. Hooray!
Okay, outstanding. The drawer opens. You're not interested in the folders in which data about mysterious phenomena around the world are collected. You just want to get out of here and reach the helicopter. I mean, I can't blame you. You find riddle cards F and H. Remove these riddle cards from the stack and take a look at them.
Okay.
And then we put this back in the deck, it says. So we should do that.
That was a good crash course in how to play next to the games. Right, F and H. Oh, look.
Oh, there's a 3 on the back of it.
That's
unusual.
On the back of it. That is unusual.
There is stuff on the back of exit cards sometimes, but usually they're all the same.
Are there any other sneaky...
Well, we should probably wait till we take them.
Well, just on the back.
Okay, go and have a look.
We're not allowed to have a look. I feel like now that we've seen it on one, maybe it's just on one though. I can't see any others. Just that then.
Okay, well there we go. So let's see what F actually is. Could your ancestors have guessed the cod? It's presumably meant to be code.
We're missing
unless
something.
it's COD. And,
Ooh.
So we're shading certain things, aren't we, on that diagram? So there's 2 things. Now, I noticed this has got a triangle on it. So once you have clues with symbols on, you know that perhaps you have enough information to solve them. If you have things that don't obviously connect and they don't have symbols on, often it means you just need to put that aside for later. So for now, we'll put that aside for later.
We'll let it marinate.
Could your ancestors have guessed the code? Well, where have we seen the triangle? It's on this drawer.
Is there
anywhere else in here?
We've got portraits of our ancestors somewhere.
Maybe we should read this.
We probably should.
But here, yes, portraits of ancestors. They've got different symbols around them, haven't they?
They do.
And are they numbers? Perhaps. I was just wondering, these were 1s, these were 0s, and these were 7s, and these were D's and C's. Are the letters? This is a C.
C.
D.
D.
L.
L. O. Oh, it must be COD.
T. Oh, yes, so COD. And we're taking how many sides there are on them, right?
I guess, or how many, how many.
So each of these frames is made of letters. This is V's, T's, O's, L's, D's, and C's.
And we want C, O,
and we want
D.
frames of C, O, and D. And each one's got a different number of letters, right? So we count the number of C's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This is for the triangle,
and
right?
the number of O's, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got 6, 9, 4, because it's 4 Ds.
4, and that gives us 22.
So for the triangle, we think we need to take card 22 this way. If that's true, then we've been really smashing into this at the start.
We always say that, and then it's...
Well, no, you always say it.
I always
privately disagree. But right now, I actually...
I publicly disagree with myself. It always goes horribly wrong after that. But...
So we're looking for the triangle, yes?
Which is purple. It says take number 4.
So this is correct. Then that was easy.
We'll be done in no
time. There we go.
Hooray!
So, what was that? You hear strange noises. Something seems to be moving through the ventilation system and getting closer all the time. Or maybe you're just imagining it. Either way, the code is correct and the drawer opens. You find riddle cards C, N, and S. Remove these riddle cards from the stack and take a look at them.
Okay. Shall we read this text while we're here in case it contains something important for later?
Go on then.
March 19th. We have made an extraordinary discovery deep in a crevasse, a remarkable black substance which remains highly fluid in spite of the sub-zero temperatures. It seems to react to life forms slowly flowing towards us. It's deeply unnerving and fascinating at the same time. We've taken a sample.
August 3rd. The tests with the liquid have shown astonishing results. It is unlike anything known. The substance alters human tissue. The results of our experiments with flakes of skin and strands of hair are unmistakable.
Ooh, spooky. October 1st. How could this have happened? This accident. Samantha has caught it. She's changing. Her eyes are black. What have we done? We're all going to change.
This is going a bit dark, isn't it?
It is deep.
November 23rd. Unfortunately, we're not able to warn our colleagues in Department IMBQ-12 who remain clueless. There is an encoded emergency release that was designed so it could only be opened with unaltered human logic. Let us hope that our colleagues can manage to solve the puzzles and flee. One final evacuation helicopter will be coming soon. Then the station will be destroyed so none of the samples can escape. They typed all this out in advance.
They did. That's
Oh,
so
maybe
kind
they
of
know
them.
this bit on November 23rd.
Just that bit.
So this is just story. I don't think we need that.
That is story. All right.
So CNS.
CNS.
And that still has 3 on the back. So
It
we'll keep
does.
that card around.
It doth. CNS. All right.
Okay. So
Let's find out. Ooh.
C is what? 2x, A1x, R1XL, 3x, so on. Okay.
Exciting. And
And
that's
then-
a moon.
Oh yes, it's got a moon. Construction manual, page 2 of 2. So we obviously need page 1 of 2.
Okay.
And then riddle card S. Ooh, is the
Ooh.
Y
Ooh.
and has some symbols.
And a sort of alien type creature on it.
Do we have a Y? Yes, we have something we can open.
We have a Y.
That's
Do we have a
briefcase.
moon? We have a moon.
Oh yes, and a circle. But in here, these aren't labelled.
So there was something about a construction manual
Yes,
previously.
there was. It was on the cutting out bit. But it says we need.
It says wait for the construction manual.
We haven't got both pages.
Okay,
so I
so we
feel
don't have
can
both.
Ignore that.
So not that then.
So here's the Northern Lights and a bulldozer. And
Okay. But there's no symbols on there.
what's this have to do with?
Is there anything with a moon? We've also got this.
That's true. Well, here it says green across the top.
Green needs
If we
to
were
be
to colour in the
painted.
greens, is there an orientation here? Yes, the dot is given. Maybe we have to colour multiple colours on different things. Colouring just the greens is not going to help unless it means that there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe it gives you the number 7 because there were 7 greens. But that's out of context. That's just one number,
But yeah,
right?
that is just one number.
Okay.
Okay.
Did we read this? The IT memo. To activate the lock of the main heating system,
Could that be this?
it could be. On its front panel, you must set the first 3 levers to the bottom.
Oh, I don't think we've got any levers, have we?
Let's see if there's anything with levers. Here. Maybe we haven't actually got that yet. I think we don't.
I haven't seen them close up.
Oh, this is circle moon sizes, isn't it? And then you can intersect them with
I
snowflakes.
think they're actually decoder discs.
Aha,
rings.
they're rings of the decoder disc and the stars on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's carry on reading. If you then turn the larger of the disc 7 degrees to the right, then turn it back around 6 degrees to the left, and turn the other disc 9 degrees to the right, the system will activate.
That sounds like moving the decoder wheel.
It
doesn't
certainly
it?
does, doesn't it?
But we
7
haven't had
degrees,
anything
6
else
degrees,
about...
9 degrees. Does that mean 7 numbers or what?
I don't know.
We don't know what the context for this
I
is.
don't know what
do
that
we?
is. Okay. So what have we got?
We haven't got anything that appears as going to be rotated. I don't see what this is,
Oh,
unless
I
these are
don't know.
letters. Oh, there's a bar here.
There's
There's a
something
line
in
here.
there.
Sorry, it's off screen, but there's a line here.
Yeah. I feel like we're going to have to cut that somewhere. Or
Well, unless it lines up with the line on this page. There's a line here. Oh, no, that just appears to be.
That's blue.
Yeah, I feel that we can't do anything with this card. I feel that we can't do anything with this card yet, and I feel this clearly needs a second card, and we've used this. Let's get rid of that.
And
So-
what's riddle card F? We've used that
That was
as
the
well.
cod thing,
So
yeah.
we're done with that.
Well, no, because this one has the 3 on the back. That's why I
oh,
kept
it does.
around.
I see.
All right, so let's have a look at this. So what could that be referring to? Could it be referring to this screen here? Because it's the same typeface. So I think it probably is, don't you?
Yeah.
So, well, A1, I mean, it's giving us a code on here probably in some way.
I think so, yeah. So what are the letters that are on there? There's A, R, L, I,
Yeah, I mean,
O, W, T, F, S, N.
well, I feel R and L could be right and left, like turn the disc right and left.
Yeah.
And then there is no I. So the letters we have in the book, clearly, are A to F.
And some of them repeat.
Yeah, it's 2 B's and 2 E's, and that's it. 2 F's as well. So we could spell a word, but I don't know if that's relevant. granular snow, artificial snow, new snow. So the columns correspond to the rings of the disc, we think. So there's a big disc, a middle disc, and a little baby. Actually, there's 4 discs, but the ones in the middle are the ones we can turn. So we'll keep the outer one fixed on whatever puzzle we were solving. So say it was the moon, which it is. Then the big disc is this one here. So there are stars on here. So what are we doing with the stars? If we line all the stars up...
I'm just gonna use the word snowflake.
Snowflake, sorry. If we line up all the snowflakes under the moon...
Yeah.
Does that help?
Why the moon? Oh,
because it's the moon puzzle, yeah. And the font, the only reason to connect them is because they're both in that same light green, they're both on the screen, they both have the same typeface.
Does that make anything happen?
More or less.
I was wondering if there's any kind of anagram you can make if you have 2 A's, an R, an L, 3 I's, an O, 1
Well,
W.
you're reading it's 2 times A, 1 times
Well,
R.
I'm just wondering.
Yes, that makes sense.
If we wrote them down, would it jump out at us?
3 times I at the end. It's a long anagram. 7
But
letters.
if it was all of them...
Well, what's the bottom word then? With S, just with an S and N and a C.
But if you used all of the letters...
Oh, they can't give you an anagram with that many letters.
I don't know. I was just going to say, if we wrote them out on a piece of paper, if anything jumped out at us.
You won't.
It's definitely the same... Wait, is it definitely the same typeface?
Well, it's the same colour for a start.
It is the same colour.
But then again, maybe it's the same colour as this. Perhaps they overlap in some way?
What if it's the only thing that appears? So this, we're looking at the bigger disc here. There's A, D and E.
Yeah.
So there's an A, but there's no D and E.
Okay.
For F, E and B, there's no E or B, but there is an F. So what if it's 2 on the outer disc, 1 on the middle disc, and then B, C, F, but there's another F. And there's a C. So that my theory
Well, no, it does
dies
work.
there.
Because if it's 1 per row, then it would be...
You think it's 1 per row?
Yeah, it would be A on the first disc, which is 2 of those.
Yeah.
Then the second disc would be
F.
F, which is 1 of them.
Mm-hmm. And then C, which is 1 of them. So.
And then the bottom row has E, B and F. Oh, sorry, this column, the small disc has B, C and F, and there's 1 C.
Yeah.
So it could be 2, 1, 1.
It gives us 1. That doesn't feel good.
I think it's never the case in an exit game that 1 is the correct answer.
It's not usually good news.
Let's have a look though. No, you're on the wrong track. Unfortunately, the code is not correct.
That felt
Wrong.
possible.
It felt plausible, but I thought it was too esoteric. Well, we must be missing something. Let's have a look through the book again. So there's nothing at the front that's relevant. And
We've used the ancestral portraits already.
yeah, which we probably don't use again. Right, there's some windows, but we have no reason to connect to the blue card here.
We haven't got anything that looks like that yet, I don't think.
We've used this. We haven't used this, but there's no reason to... It's got a moon on it.
It's got a moon on it.
I didn't see that.
No, I didn't see that
So
either.
they go together.
That is subtle.
So maybe it's something to do with this, maybe. Not that. Maybe it isn't to do with the screen in the room, in which case it's quite confusing.
Is that to do with levers and the dial? And the IT heating instructions?
It could be.
To activate the lock of the main heating system, its front panel, you must set the first 3 levers to the bottom. If you then turn the larger of the discs...
I think it's a different puzzle probably, but I might not be.
Well, I'm not sure, but it's got the thing about the discs on...
Okay.
Which are what are on the picture.
Oh, look, we overlay the discs on here, don't we? So the moon is here. So we put the moon there.
Yeah.
That's what we do,
Do we
right?
think this is to do with this, though?
It must be, because it's got a moon on it.
Yeah, okay.
And here's the moon, and it fits in there. And we're supposed to put the moon here. That's why there's a
So
moon
what are the
there.
instructions then? How do we know when to start? Do we start with the... Maybe we start with the snowflakes lined up, and then we turn the discs,
Yeah, maybe.
according to the instructions underneath.
Interestingly, when they're lined up like that, we do still see a 1 here.
Yeah, but then it told us to turn the dials.
So you think we followed instructions on the back of the sheet?
Well...
Seems unlikely.
You don't
Also,
think that's to do with
it doesn't
it?
look like a heating system, does it?
I don't know.
You must set the first 3 levers. I feel that that's referring to this in the picture here. Because this has more than 3 levers.
So do we think it's to do with this?
It has, yeah, I think it is to do with this. But maybe it's nothing to do with this at all.
But that's got the snowflakes on it.
Yeah, but maybe they're used more than once.
Oh, I'm confused now. See, look, we said it was going really well. Immediately flummoxed.
I think the moon definitely goes here. And we have got snowflakes, but we've got no reason to associate... If we're not associating this with the chart at the front of the book, then we've no reason to associate the snowflakes, have we? So if we put the moon here, 2 times A, 1 times R. What's R? Does it mean put 2 where A is?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And then
maybe just leave R because there is no R.
Or maybe it means 1 right, 1 left. What's I though?
This is what I mean. But then if we did a bit what we did last time, because then there's only one F, and then there's a C in the one below. So if we put 1 where F is on the middle disc.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Which is a bit like what we did last time.
It's exactly like we did last time, yeah.
And then 1 on the C on the middle disc, which is what we did last time, and that gives us a 1. Okay, I'm confused now. Can we take a hint?
Yeah, we can take a hint.
I'm confused.
Right, let's see if we've got to look at the right material
Yes,
first.
let's
So
see that we've
this
got
is
everything. We're looking for the moon. The moon, the moon, the moon.
When the moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie.
That's...
Is that right?
It's not... I think it's pizza.
Maybe. Right. You must have found riddle card C, which is presumably...
Yeah.
Right.
Done with the moon.
If you do not have this card yet, you first have to solve a different riddle. You also need pages 3 and 7 in the book. Oh, there we go. So this is 7.
So that's 7.
Yes. So we do need 3 as well.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
And we suspect that.
So it's quite interesting we need to use both these pages at the same time. So really unhelpful.
Well, I guess you can just flip back and forward.
In addition, the snowflakes on the monitor on page 3 should show up again somewhere.
On here. On the decoder disc.
Yeah. Look for something you've been using the whole time. The decoder,
disc.
So it's to do
So
with
we've
setting...
got all those things.
Yeah. Do these spell something?
Put the snowflake on A. Put the snowflake on A.
Okay.
In the outer ring.
Okay.
And then put the snowflake on F. I don't know what these numbers are for then.
I don't know what any part of that is for.
Okay.
We're just reading this. We're doing new snow.
Well, it's just because it's the middle disc. And F is the only one that appears on here and appears on here.
I just wondered if you could spell new snow and things with them. You can't, can you? AR is the start of artificial because it's got 2 A's, an R, an L, and 3 I's. And this one here refers to...
That's also got to be artificial snow, hasn't it?
It does, doesn't
It's got an
it?
F in it.
But also these rows are a bit... There's no reason why these rows correspond with these. They haven't got lines between them, so they could just all be one thing.
And the last one has to be artificial snow as well.
Does it? Oh, so we're only taking the artificial snow line. So we just set them to DEC.
Okay.
Oh, then that's the whole puzzle, isn't it?
That's quite confusing.
Oh, it's very confusing. DEC. It's done, so it's 10.
So would this anagram to artificial snow?
Yes, it probably would. Well, you,
Right. Let's take 10.
You said that right. That's the first thing you said.
It
Right?
is.
It
We
just-
don't know it's true. We haven't written it out. We
No.
won't do it for the purposes of saving face.
No, we will. A
A-A-R-L-I-I-I.
R
O W T F S N C.
So it's ARTIFICIALSNO. It's an anagram of artificial
That's
snow.
so weird. If only we thought of that right at the beginning and someone hadn't stopped us from doing it. I don't. It's crazy.
Okay, next time I should listen to you, Laura.
What do you guys heard it first? Right,
Wait,
let's
have we
take
actually done it?
card. No, we
Card
haven't
10.
done it. Let's take card 10. The big reveal.
Okay.
The moon is on here,
The cabinet.
which is over
This
here,
one, I
number
think.
9.
So we'll go back 1 card.
Let's have a look. I'm confident. Yay!
Okay, phew. The lock creaks open.
The creepy noises are getting louder. You hear a hissing and a rattling sound that does not sound human, which is not something you want. You find riddle cards G, J, O, and Q. Remove these riddle cards from the stack and look at them. Okay, right. G, J, O, Q. This hasn't gone as well as I'd hoped. Right, let's have a look. Construction manual part 1 of 2. Hooray!
great.
So we can use that somewhere.
And J is more things to colour in. More greens,
More
presumably.
green.
Now for a whiskey on the rocks. Green, blue, red.
That would be great.
Which goes with
I've
this.
seen some ice cubes somewhere, yeah.
And this goes with the other one, presumably.
It doth. But where? We don't know. We just don't know yet.
Yeah, well, I guess we haven't finished with that.
We haven't finished with that.
And we
But we
may or
could
may not
definitely-
have all
go
of
on.
this, but well, no, you're
Yeah.
right. We
But
should
I
do
think
this.
we can definitely, if we've got parts 1 and 2 of the construction manual.
Right, we need to cut this out. So
Yes!
your escape will be on a knife edge.
Do you think that is a clue for cutting it out?
Well, I suspect if you cut too soon, certainly is.
Is there anything on the back? No.
Right, so what do we have to do? Remove only C, D, I, A, G and L. Okay, so let's do that first.
That's quite a few.
Okay, so we need letters. Well, we don't need that now. We need A, C, D, I, G and L. Let's see.
It says remove them. Does it mean don't use them or do use them?
Oh.
Shall we arrange them as they were?
Oh, you think you're only meant to... Oh, I don't know.
I don't really know either. I'm taking the rubbish away. Shall we arrange them as they would be anyway? C, D and I.
Okay, C, D, I.
And I wondered if that might give us something.
And A, G, L.
A, G and L.
Right. And then if we were to read the numbers that are green, blue and red, I would suggest we can't really see any clear numbers there.
Well, that looks like a 4 to me.
It does.
But that would look like a 4 if they were there.
Yes. But, I mean, so the question is, do we now... When it says remove only... Oh, no, it says put them in the bin. Okay, so those are gone, the ones we've taken
Put them in the bin.
So I feel we need to rearrange these to make...
Do you think so?
Yes. I mean,
Whiskey
there's sort of
on
a
the
3.
rocks.
There's a dot here. After that. I mean, they kind of went together with a 3, with a dot. Is there anything else with a dot?
That really looks like a 4.
It does, and probably it is a 4. It does say construction kit, which makes me think they have to go together. But it may just be they should have stayed as they were. And I mean, is there a side with a red and green on like that? Of course, there'll be a lot of outer borders, even if there were. And the answer is no. E and F clearly go together.
But they went together anyway.
Yes, so they did fit together originally. Okay, fine. I mean, you could see a 3 in the red, couldn't you? And you could see a 4 in the blue. But this looks like L5 in the green. Well, that could be a 5 here.
Yeah. Just seems a bit random.
What's the point of the cubes? It's a cube.
know.
It's a cube. It folds up into a cube.
Oh, cool! I was just going to do one long sticky bit along there.
That was not very neat.
It wasn't very neat, was it, Gary? Never mind. Gosh, this is not how I would have done it. Not at all.
How would you have done it?
I'd have put a long bit down there and then 2 short bits.
That sounds quite sensible.
We can't all be sensible all the time. Right.
Right, so now we can fold our
So now we
cube
can fold
up.
them together.
Yes.
So we've made a sort of cube.
Out of the pieces, yes. So we're just looking for numbers on them.
I think there's one there.
Well, one is the
personally.
easiest number to find. Let's have a look for a
One
better
is the
one.
easiest. So in terms of green numbers, I don't think that is a number.
Let's do a different colour.
I don't think. Okay, fine. So I think that there's a 9 or a 6 there.
Yeah, there's a 9 or 6. It's got a dot. So it's got a dot here, right?
Yeah. So a
there's
9.
definitely a 9 out of the reds.
Okay, and then what about blues? I got the blues. What about the 4? What about the 4? The 4. The 4. No, it's not really a 4, is it?
It's definitely a 4.
Do you think that's what it is?
Yeah.
But why isn't... But that's pretty much what it was before, though.
That's okay. There's definitely a 4 there. I mean, there could be a 1 on that token as well.
Yeah.
There's only one dot. And then for the greens, what on earth is the green? It could be a 1 again, right? Let's assume it forms over the green is 57. I mean, if the green forms over if the idea is to form over the corners, then what wasn't together before?
The only one that I feel absolutely confident of is this 9.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything else I feel like you could have maybe spotted before.
Should we just try 1, 4, 9? See what
149.
happens?
Let's try 149. So we've got the
For the
star
star.
at the top.
I'm putting in the dial. This is very unusual.
How does it feel?
It feels powerful.
Empowering.
15.
15.
Which
Let's
we
see.
have no confidence is going to be correct. Oh,
No, me neither. Where did we see this? Do you have a
dunno.
Luke?
Yeah.
Not
Have
sure.
a Luke in the book.
The Luke in the book. This is on. They're all actually in this room, aren't they? They're all here. It's a sort of taupe, I would say. Yeah, that
Yeah,
one. Number
23.
23. How do we feel about the number 23?
Not very lucky.
You don't feel confident? No, we got it.
Okay. Great.
I'm not sure about the one there. And
No, because there was a 1 on the blue as well.
well, there was a straight line.
Yeah.
Confusing.
I don't really understand. You find riddle cards A, E and U and this strange item.
Ooh, I found a strange item. I think it's this strange item.
Do you?
Specifically. I do.
Oh,
But
we
we
need to push
punch
stuff
bits
out.
of
Okay,
it.
we need
Yeah.
A, E, U.
A, E, and U. Why don't you punch bits out of that, and I will find A, E, and U. There we
Push
go.
it out.
Got
There
some
we go. A, E,
vowels,
and U.
exclusively vowels, but not all the vowels. Right, A. Okay,
more
we've got another
colours.
one of these. And, ooh, some more splodges and aliens.
Yes.
Cool. And then, ooh, more things to open.
Yes, a hexagon
Fun.
and a plus in a drawer.
So I don't know how we would ever know that we've got all of these.
No, I don't know.
But if we
either.
started colouring them in, it might be obvious that there's a solution appearing or not.
Okay, so I feel we don't know what we're doing with these yet, do we? But I feel that we finished with this. We still haven't used the 3 on here.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't still used the 3
Riddle
on
card
here.
3.
Finished with that. I'm just tidying the desk a bit.
Yes, tidy desk, tidy mind.
Feels we're finished with that. Bits of material we don't need. Okay, great. And so we've got all of these. We don't know what to do with them yet. We don't know what to do with this yet, but it is looking through. It makes gaps to look through.
Yeah.
This shows us more things we can actually open, but probably isn't a puzzle in itself.
Yeah.
And then we've got these cards. So it must be this.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Is that I think if we start colouring the green,
Greens.
the relative green
Yeah.
bits on here, then it might just emerge. So what I was saying was, you don't actually have confirmation that you've got all the things. It doesn't have 1, 2, and 3 on them. But it might just be that once you've done it, then they're
Yeah,
done.
I mean, they clearly align with this page, don't
Green
they?
needs to be painted.
So
right.
we'll start with this one.
Yeah.
So this here, here,
Yeah.
and here. That's all of that one, right?
Okay, that's that done. What about this
And then
one?
this one, we've got 2 on the top row. So I reckon that's 7, 7,
7, 7, 2.
2, don't you?
That feels like that should be.
I may have done the wrong one, of course. I probably
Would
have.
that be that one?
Yep,
I think it would be.
I should have coloured here.
Cool.
And not that one.
I agree that looks to me like 7, 7, 2.
Yeah. So for the plus, we're doing 7, 7, 2.
Hooray! Easy peasy. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Yay!
It's your job to do that bit.
It is. Well, it is. I know you were having a brief hiatus from not doing it. By doing it. 7, 7, 2, 8. And we found this. Where did we find this, Dr Gareth Moore?
I don't know.
Let's have a look. That's what I'm looking for.
Dun, 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 dun. What is it? Symbol
This
is
is
it?
the plus.
Oh, it's here.
Did we find it in here? There we go.
So it's on that box, 26.
26. I feel good about this.
I feel good about it too.
I'm glad you feel good about it.
Outstanding!
Standing. I like
The
to be told
cash
about
box
standing.
is open. You find riddle cards B, R, and W in this strange item.
So strange.
Remove them from the box and look at them.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so B, R, W. I'll get the strange
BRW.
item. So what's on B, R, and W then?
Should we find out?
Yeah.
You should take another look back at riddle card F. Already
This
done
is
it,
the
mate.
3.
Already done it. Okay, so this is for the hexagon puzzle. Second digit. Only start counting when you have this exact picture in front of you. Count what's missing here.
Okay.
And then something else entirely.
Oh, that goes with this perhaps.
It does, I think.
Maybe.
Well, there's a
Maybe not. There's a blue line. Oh, there's a pipette.
There's a pipette, and then these lines, diagonal lines. There's nothing on the back.
And then here, there's dots, and it obviously lines up with something. And on the back, I notice it says X here.
Ooh.
So that's maybe the front, in fact.
Looks
And
like
I
a
presume these are
file.
discard, these pieces. So we'll push those aside for now, yeah?
Most intriguing.
Right, so, well, let's have a closer look at some stuff.
Let's have a look.
Well, there's a 3. So we know a hexagon has a 3.
Yeah,
And it doesn't say first or second digit, but this is a second digit
that's a good point.
for the hexagon.
Yeah.
So where do we get a card that says digit 3?
So it says only start counting when you have this exact picture in front of you.
Unless it's just 3 and then this and then back to 3 again, which feels a bit dubious.
We might be missing something.
Yeah, I was going to suggest we might
Yeah.
be missing something.
That's our picture, and it's got torches on here, but doesn't have torches on here. So it says only start counting when you have this exact picture in front of you. Count what is missing here.
Yes. I wondered if these lined up with something though, rather than being
Yeah.
torches. I wondered if it did line up with the thing on the box. It's not, the torches aren't pointing at anything, are they? Not really. I think that's no. Well, I mean, ostensibly that's just
yeah.
6.
You think 6?
No, I don't think that's necessarily right, but I think that ostensibly you would say it was 6, but that seems so patently obvious.
Yeah, there must be something to do with these lines.
But we don't have a third digit anyway, do we?
Don't have a third digit anyway.
Well, I will say that a lot of exit boxes have vertical light smears on the cover.
They do.
So it's not necessarily used by the game. It may just be part of the design.
Hang on a minute.
Go on then.
The mountain here is further over here.
Ah,
So
that's relevant, right?
that's all I got for you.
Okay, so what does that mean? Are we only counting between the... Only start counting when you have this exact
So maybe
picture
there's
in front.
nothing there missing because all of these lights are on the left side of this mountain. Oh no, because they're sort of on the mountain. I was going to say they'd be here in the picture.
Well, no, you're right. This white line is this line here. See there's a slight white line here and a line in here?
Oh yeah. So it's actually only 3 things that are missing rather than 6.
Yes, because it's from here over to here.
Yeah.
And these have just moved across the picture.
Yeah.
So this is a 3.
So it's just 3.
Yeah.
So that's 3. And that's
Okay.
3 as well for this one.
Oh, so we've got 3, 3, and we don't know what the other digit is.
But we don't know what the other digit
And we
is.
haven't got. Have we got anything else with a hexagon on? This
We
has got
haven't.
3 hands of different sizes, getting bigger.
Creepy.
They're like alien hands, aren't they?
Spooky.
And it obviously goes over something. There's like a sword here or some such.
I bet that goes over a riddle card or something similar.
And then there's this, which we, as you say, has got. Well, it's got a funnel. I think it's a funnel.
It's a funnel.
And a pipette, and 2 yellow lines that cross on each side. And if we look in our book, well, okay, so this presumably lines up with the book somehow. But does that line up with anything specific in here? I mean, there's this view here, but this blue, I don't see how it goes
Blue
with
line
anything in
there, and
particular.
it's not the same blue.
Oh, but there are 3 things of different sizes on here. That suggests they're looking through onto something. I mean, there's no reason why that would go there, right? But it would give you a number of window panes, for example. And then that's...
We've used
Those
those.
are all empty. Well,
We've
this
used
one
those.
here, maybe. IT memo, does it go on here? But how would I line it up? I feel the X is for lining it up, perhaps. Or maybe the dots are for lining it up. I mean, I'm kind of guessing.
Doesn't feel like that.
But it does feel like it goes on here, though, because the number of lines lines up, right?
Oh, does it?
That kind of feels like it goes like that.
Yeah.
To the lock, the main on the must, set 3 if you then turn off the disc 7 to the 6. And okay, I feel we're missing something here. Perhaps another overlay that fills in the gaps?
Maybe.
So that's clearly does go like that, though, doesn't it? Because it lines up exactly with everything. It gives us 769.
Yeah.
769 is a solution to some puzzle, but we don't know what because we haven't got a symbol for it.
Okay.
So I feel that does go there, but we don't know
But we don't know what that
to
means.
do with it yet. So we'll put that aside.
Yeah.
Now, what about these aliens here? Do we know what they go with?
We don't have anything like a...
Well, we have lines.
lines.
May mean they
1
go
and
together.
2 or...
Does this have a line on it? No.
No.
It could
Although
be
it's
that.
getting closer. It's getting bigger. 1, 2,
Oh, yeah.
he's bigger there.
It could be the voids are relevant. This looks a bit like a 3 here.
Yeah.
And it could be the voids are relevant.
But they look like letters as well. I mean, that looks like an I, a J, an I, an H,
They
a
do.
D, an L.
What does this do? Does this go with this? Because they are black. It doesn't appear to go with it, but you never know. It does line up quite nicely. The bits around the outside do line up quite nicely with the yellow lines, don't they?
What if you flipped it over? Doesn't seem to pick anything out, does it?
I feel it should have to have a story thing to go with it as well.
Or a reason to overlay them.
Plus, why are there? What are the hands referring
Yeah.
to?
A bit stuck now. Should we take a hint for the hexagon and see if we've got all the right things?
Always a good idea.
Just in case. You never know.
Yeah, one of the very helpful things about Exit the Game games is that they do tend to tell you on the first hint whether you have all the material you need. So, you need riddle cards B, F, K, R, W and X. I do not
We
feel
don't
you
have W and
those.
X.
Okay, so
Not that then.
we can't solve
Can't
that
do the
yet.
hexagon yet.
Okay,
So,
and we've opened the plus.
we've opened the plus. We
don't
haven't
need
opened
to
the
store.
hexagon. We can't open that yet.
Yeah.
And we
Let's,
think that overlays onto
let's
that.
take a hint for the Y.
Yes, a good
See if
idea.
we've got all the things we need for that puzzle, if so we can think about it more. To solve this riddle, we must riddle cards E, Q and S
And then this.
and the overlay. Okay, that's it. So that's what we need to do next.
Oh, okay.
Well, that
It's
was
as easy as
straightforward.
that. Oh, but I don't understand why you would need to use it and which way up it goes.
Well, that's what the lines at the bottom are for, presumably.
So you start with that one. Is that what you mean?
Is there a line on the bottom?
No.
No, it gives us an ordering on the card.
Do we think
Yes,
because of the
that's
size of the
smaller to
alien?
biggest, yes.
So this one is 6.
6,
9.
9, 6.
Yeah, that doesn't look as 6y as the other one because it's split halfway down the middle.
Well, what is the point of the lines on here? Are
I'm
they
not
used for something
sure.
else? I don't feel they line up with anything on here.
It's a bit. This hasn't been sort of clued visually anywhere. Is the only reason why I feel like it's a bit
Yeah, I
random.
thought that was for something later. Anyway, so these goes over these 6,
So we
9,
think
6.
6, 9,
Yeah,
6.
it must be. So that's
okay,
for the Y.
and that's for the Y.
Yeah.
Should we put that in? let's... I'd be curious to read the solution card afterwards, if this is right, to find
18.
out what the logic was meant to be.
Oh, I think the logic is that's what you've got, put them together. I think that's often the logic. No, you could do better than that. Wait, do we do them in the correct hand order? Yeah, it says, well, I mean, assuming that's just the same, it says smallest to biggest, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously you can put this the other way up and get the 9s can become 6s and vice versa.
But are they not the same?
Well, that's definitely a 6, but I mean, obviously, you put it this way up, it's a 9. That's what I mean.
Ah, yeah.
And then this is a 9.
If you turn the card around, though, is it the same on each
That's
side?
not a 6. The holes are the same.
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking? Yes,
Yeah.
they're the same. But maybe the card's meant to go differently. Maybe that's what these lines are. Maybe you line up the card with there, for example, and get 3. I mean, it's obviously not 3, but perhaps you can get 3. I don't know. That doesn't make sense.
But there's no lines on this card.
I don't really understand how we know where they go together. Unless the cards overlap, perhaps.
I know, I'm just thinking if you put the line on top of the line, but then...
If the cards go like that, does that affect anything? But what's this line for?
I don't know.
Well, it wasn't 696. So they go. We know these go together from reading the hint, which I wouldn't have been. I think once I looked through and saw that it looked like a number, I would be confident they went together, because they're both sort of alien-y, right? Even if the alien technology is different, and this surely gives an ordering from the small alien card to the big alien card.
Yeah.
Which
The only thing that I'm a bit confused by is why these are so obviously numbers, these two, and why this isn't so obviously a number, in the same way that the others are. Why does it cut off halfway through the middle? Are there any rotations of this card that give it something slightly different?
no, because I think the holes are pretty symmetrical, right?
Yeah, I agree. I'm just checking.
Well, after I was wrong on the anagrams, I better check too.
No, but they are the same.
I mean, you can put the card like this. It might.
But why? These lines feel
the
so
lines
important.
must have some meaning.
Hint number 2.
Yeah. What on earth could you do with all this?
Quite.
So, riddle cards E, Q and S show, among other things, an alien in various sizes. The handprints on a strange item could be a clue about how to arrange them. We've got that. Now, the only question to be answered is what to do with a strange item. There's no more clues. So let's look at the solution for this. If you place riddle cards S, E and Q right up against one another, well, let's do that again. We've tried that before.
So like this.
I mean, I tried that, but then what's that line for?
Is that where you put the card each time? Nope.
But does that look like a number?
No.
Well, there's no real motivation to overlay them, I don't think. Now, that doesn't look... That could be a 2.
We don't necessarily know that you are overlaying them.
Could that be a 2? Is that meant to be part of a 2?
That could be a 2.
It could be conceivably a 2. We put that there. That's not anything, is it? It could conceivably be a 3 if that's...
Sort of be a
that
3.
flex is there. I mean, I would have thought this was wrong if I hadn't just read the hint. 2, 3, and then sort of a 6. Maybe it's 2, 3, 6?
I'm confused.
I feel that's very tenuous, and I would have discounted that as correct.
It seems less...
It doesn't seem very convincing.
Less
21.
true than before, 21.
Yeah. It could be well be what they want, though.
Again, I'd love to read the solution card.
There's a
Once
lot
it's
of assumptions to be made there, I think. 21.
Let's have a look. Also
Positively
wrong.
frosty. Unfortunately, the code is not correct.
What's going on?
Okay, so let's go a bit further. If you place riddle cards SEQ right up against one another so that the alien grows larger from left to right, which we've done,
Which we've done.
and then lay the... Well, maybe we're just putting the card on in these positions. Or maybe they're not overlapping. I mean, this is just like the point of guesswork now, right? But maybe they're not overlapping and we just put it on the points where the things are. So we read 2, 3. That was correct. But the last one we had wrong. 2, 3, 0. That's why it didn't look
That's
quite
what
right.
this line was.
Yes, I think it would have helped if they had not formed numbers. Otherwise, I realise it's to give you a deliberate red herring. Maybe it's 2, 3, 0 for sure, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the idea is you put them next to each other. I think it would have helped if there was some reason to put the cards next to each other.
Yeah, or to use this card, or there was a mark on that card that matches the mark on this on these cards.
Yeah, because you can't see these. Well, you can just about see the hands.
But they
maybe.
don't match anything that's actually on here.
They don't particularly match. I mean, it's clearly 2, 3, 0, isn't
Yeah.
it?
That was not as well visually clued as most other puzzles in Exit games, I would say.
Yeah. Well, the earlier boxes do tend to be a bit less careful about giving you clues. 3.
3. 3, 3, 3. Let's see.
Where do we see the Y?
Oh, I don't know. Where did we see
in
the
the book.
Y? Somewhere in our book. There it is. It's on our little briefcase.
So that's
16.
okay. Finally. I go with that.
You're right.
The case is open. You find D-I-K. Remove these riddle cards from the stack and look at them.
Lowercase I. Right. Let's have a look. This is D. It says, open the window and look through. Up and then down. The only question. At what?
Yeah, well, that goes with the thing in the book, doesn't it?
With the windows.
The windows. And that's subtle, right?
We are basically scientists.
Yes.
I.
Having it I.
Ooh, something new to open.
A square.
A little satchel.
Yes. And.
Ooh. Claustrophobia.
And.
Anthropogenic.
And whatever that is. Like
Bit of goo.
Is it goo? Do you think goo
is
dropping
goo.
down?
Maybe.
What does that go with?
We've got anything red or blue?
No. We've got something yellow. Maybe they go to. I feel like these go together.
I'm not sure what goes together now. After having placed the strange item with something that didn't look anything like it.
But they do feel like they go together, right? This is the goo dropping down. Maybe this goes above here, and this is goo dripping down. I'm not saying that's right. Anyway,
Have we used
we have
this
not
yet?
used that.
No,
We
we
haven't got a
haven't.
third digit for it.
We
yet.
haven't.
Well, maybe we can do the square. Open the window, and look through it, up and then down. The only question at what? Open the window. Oh, does that mean cut a hole in it? No. Oh, the blue thing lines up with something. I think we're going to cut out the windows and then put this page over something, and the blue thing could be, for example, the box. Couldn't it? Like, say, for example, the box goes there. What are we looking at? I don't know. But maybe the instruction
Is there anything
book.
inside the box? We haven't actually looked at the box itself.
That's true.
Because
Let's have
this
a
is
look at the
quite
box.
blue, that's all. These are all the cards we got rid of.
There are blue lines in here. I don't think they go inside. Oh, yes, okay, it's rubbish.
Is there anything in here? Don't think
Oh, look,
so.
the coolest riddle was, I never look at the back page.
The coolest riddle.
Yeah.
Nothing in there really. That just seems like the same blue, that's all.
No, I think it is probably exactly, you cut holes over it and line it up somehow. But why it's cut out like that, I don't know. You expect it to be cut out the other way, like in like this. So you put this like that and put the box over it, and then it would show you something through.
Yes. Oh, maybe this?
Ah, yes, it's the Cosmos logo, isn't
Yeah.
it? Okay, great. So let's cut these out very neatly.
Health and safety.
All right, so we cut out the windows. And where are we putting it? Oh,
We'll
on
put
the
it
cover,
here,
right.
on the cover of the box. Line it
Because
right
this
up
blue bit
beautifully.
here lines up with Cosmos.
Matchy matchy, and then I would say that's a 1, that's a 3, to move it up a bit,
Yeah.
and then maybe a
2.
Oh, a 2.
Yeah?
Yeah, because the window's on the side, isn't it?
Okay, so we want the window up. So this is the...
Open the window and look through, up and then down.
Which was up. Is it, presumably it's this way, right?
Maybe, yeah. Up and then down. Is it 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, well, it's 1, 2, 3 in some order, isn't it?
Yeah.
Open the window and look through, up and then down.
Depends which window is the window.
Maybe it means you look up 3, 1, and then back down 2. That's actually a really unclear hint, I think.
Yeah.
Strictly because, well, let's assume the book goes this way up and the box goes this way up.
Then
Up
it would be
and then down. Well, maybe it's 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
We'll just experiment.
Let's
we'll
try
work
it.
out. So which puzzle is this?
This is
It's
the
a
square.
We're thinking 1, 2, 3, right?
We're thinking
first.
1, 2, 3, but if it takes us to 1, then 25. What do we think?
We haven't taken 25
We have
before.
different feelings about different numbers.
We do.
Some feel good, some feel spooky.
This could be right. Okay,
What
let's
was
have
this
a closer
on?
look.
Oh, it's on this satchel here.
Oh, is it?
That
Okay.
we discovered, yeah.
So 13. Yes,
Oh!
it was 1, 2, 3. With a soft click, the clasp, or at least that combination of numbers work for us. With a soft click, occasionally, because of the way the disc works, you can actually get
You can get the wrong answer.
Yeah, and
We've
it
done that
works.
before.
With a soft click, the clasp on the briefcase springs open. You find riddle cards V and X. Remove these riddle cards from the stack and take a look at them.
Okay.
Excellent.
We will. Oh, not many riddle cards left now.
Let's
Right.
see what we've got.
We're hoping for some hexagon. Here we go. 3rd digit. So that's got to be
Okay.
to do with the hexagon.
Yes. Let's put this aside for now. This is the E on X on IT. This is the IT code, which was the overlay thing we had, right?
Oh, yeah.
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
So we already had 3, 3. And the third digit, oh, that's this.
Is to do with that. And the pipette.
Oh, it's on here.
The pipette.
Oh my goodness, now we have to work all this out. What does that mean?
What does
Do you
that
think
mean?
I cut this out and put it down the middle? I mean, so it's not destructive. Let's fold this.
What I was going to say is...
Like that, right?
Do you...
Yes. You put it on the one of them and then it points at the other. I don't know how I just came up with that.
Oh, okay. Wow, yeah.
But which way up does it go? Does it go that way up or the other way up? Because they're not...
That way, I think, because it's pointing down to us on this card.
Okay.
So like that. Okay. So on the S...
Pointing down at the S...
You get...
An E.
E.
It's going to spell 8. And if we point down at the red
Let's
N...
find out.
A. Okay,
There's
E.
2 N's. There's an N up here as well.
Oh. I.
Which points to an I.
That's dubious.
That's silly.
E-I. and T. G.
G.
Is 8.
Let's find out.
R.
It could be
H.
the island of Egg
And
in
B.
Scotland.
T. So just
T.
spell 8.
8.
Why
okay.
would you have 2 N's in your
I don't
in your
know.
word?
Not sure about that one. Well done, because I would not probably have got...
I
wouldn't have got that the yellow lines meant
because
get rid of this.
It universally has a line for cutting in all the games.
Yeah.
Elsewhere in the same one.
Well done.
Anyway,
I wouldn't
8.
have got there.
So
we've got
3,
3, 3, 8.
Because we already decoded this
We did.
to be 3 on the back of the card here. And we looked at this and saw that between the lines 3 things had vanished, and we think that's right. So hexagon.
3, 3, 8.
Where's the hexagon? There it
It's
is.
disappeared.
It did disappear.
3.
It was very mean of it.
8.
So we got 29.
29. How do you feel about 29?
I think that it's a great number and a good age.
Great.
The code may be right. We'll
Neither
get
of
you
us
see
is
the
29.
code. You're a lot closer than I am. Right.
Where did we see this? The
I don't
hexagon.
know.
It's here. It's on this
Oh, yeah,
wooden
it's on
box
the wooden
here.
box. 5.
Moment of
Right.
truth.
It's about time, agreed.
You're telling
the
me.
wooden case opens. You found riddle cards L and M. Take them from
Ooh.
the stack and look at them.
That's good because we don't have many left, and L and M are 2 of them. So we can get rid of this hexagonous
All of this.
riddle card F. It's all very exciting. Are we ready?
Yes.
L for Laura. When confronted with the agony of choice, always choose the larger of the 2. Sort your selection from small to large.
Okay.
Okay, file E. Decipher code of safe the dial. 5 times under the symbol.
It's the dots on the page, right? On the previous page that we were missing. By the way, what happened when we threw out a card? We had another card a minute ago.
What other card? The E and the X. That one.
This one.
Yeah.
Somebody threw it out.
Could have been anyone, but it
Could
wasn't
have been
me.
anyone, but it was actually me.
Okay.
Right, so we need to overlay this on the text in the box now. don't we,
Yeah.
again? And then we can read the dotted bits inside.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's the E on X. E on X.
E.
On IT. Well, I'm just wondering if this was the...
Do you not think it's E on X on the IT?
I do.
Okay.
So we
So
can read
to
these
decipher,
I'll read the right. To
decipher
the lock,
code of
the main
safe
on,
the dial.
you must set
5
3.
times under the symbol.
If you then... You must set 5 3 times under the symbol. If you then... Okay, so let's do that.
Okay.
So to decipher the lock of circle, you must set 5 3 times. Is that what it says?
That's what it says. And then it's going to tell us to move things around, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? So you,
Cool.
do you want to do that as well?
I can be in charge of that. Gosh, that's quite a lot of responsibility. All
Right. You must...
Okay.
5 times under the symbol.
Okay.
If you then turn
All 3
of the discs 7
places
to the...
left,
Right,
then
so
turn the smaller disc.
All
So
the discs 7 places to the left.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could have just done 1 and then moved them all, couldn't I?
That's fine.
That's 7.
If you turn all the discs 7 places to the left, carry on,
Then turn the smaller discs
plural, 6
places
to the...
right.
Okay, the smallest disc 6 places to the right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then match up this one. Then turn the smallest
Disc 9
places
to the right, the...
safe will open.
So the smallest disc 9 places to the right.
Which is actually just 1 to the left,
It
isn't
is,
it?
isn't it?
Let's do that then.
So
And it
what's
says
our number
19.
in the middle? We have 19 in the middle. All right, we don't want to do that
taxing
again.
mentally.
Well,
so let's hope that
it
was right.
wasn't it?
What
So
did
what's
we
it
see
on?
this? The circle.
The circle's right at the start.
Let's have a look. Where could it be? It's on this big safe here. Da-da. Which is here. Number 2.
I feel we haven't slid the levers up and down yet.
We haven't done anything to do with the heater system.
In the distance, you hear a helicopter land. Hurry, it will be too late. Luckily, the safe opens. You find riddle card T. Remove this riddle card from the stack and look at it.
Let's.
Okay, let's move these out of the way.
Ooh.
Oh, what's that? It looks like funny writing.
0 something 3.
043.
Yeah.
They feel like
8.
something 1. 831, I think.
831.
How do we know which way up to do it?
How do we know which way up to do it?
Is there a picture of the safe inside?
Yeah, no, yeah, so like that.
Okay, but is there some reason why we should do it the other way up?
I don't know.
I mean, there must be a reason why these read both way up. How do we know which way up to have each one? There was no story for this, was there?
Nope.
No pieces of the game we haven't used?
Nope. Oh, it says, when confronted with the agony of choice, always choose the larger of the 2.
Ah, this is my fault. I threw away this
That's
card.
okay.
So we just pick the larger number. So the top number is 0 or 9. So we pick 9 for that one, yeah?
Wait, oh, is it? Okay.
And then 4 or 3. So we pick 9, 4, 3 or 8. So 9, 4, 8. Yes?
9, 4, 8, and this is on, the,
diamonds,
on the diamond.
Sorry, I threw away that card.
That's all right, Gareth. 9, 4, 8. And it says take card 30. Ooh, I don't know about that. It's the last card. No.
You have to try again. Unfortunately, the code is not correct.
Always choose the larger of the 2.
Oh, sort your section from small to large.
We're so good. Right, so 4, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Gosh. Not
17.
our best.
No. Which one? What's it on?
There we go. What
No,
was
the
it on?
safe.
It's on this safe. Oh no, it's
6.
on a picture frame inside the safe.
I think it's the safe though, right?
Oh right, I don't know.
I'm confused now.
I actually don't know.
We've opened the safe, right?
We have opened the safe, but we're in it. I mean, to me, there's a door. Oh look, it's on the door. Sorry. It's on the door there.
Okay, yeah.
On the way out.
Right.
So the
this
door
one,
it is.
20
20!
to get out. You did.
Yay! We did it.
Well,
Hooray!
there we go. The
That took
exit
quite a
door
long
opens
time.
and you were able to escape.
Yes, icy cold air hits you in the face. A few hundred metres away from you, the evacuation helicopter is just taking off. You're too late.
You'd think they'd wait for you. You wave desperately
What?
as you run toward the landing place, but the pilot does not seem to notice you. Suddenly, the helicopter turns around and lands again. You get in. You're saved. The pilot
Wow.
greets you with these words. 5 seconds later, I would have been gone. Well, he's a bit of a... isn't he? Relieved,
Savage.
you lean back in your seats. Wait a moment. For one brief second, you thought the pilot had black eyes. Nonsense. That must have been your imagination.
Wow. Love that.
There we go. That's
is
finished.
spooky
and what
ending.
a load of detritus, as always.
We
from
have,
Exit
we
Game.
have
There's just stuff everywhere.
so much
Bits
stuff.
and pieces. And I
That's all
like
part of
loads
the
of stuff
fun.
all over my desk here as well.
Yay.
The cuttings out and so on. What do we think of that?
I liked it. I liked it because I like exit games and I
they're
feel
always
how
fun.
I know how they're going to go. Although I felt tripped up more than I was expecting to be tripped up.
Yeah,
there.
I mean, there was no... apart from the fact...
I just don't understand how... Because everything else is usually so well visually clued, having exactly the same colours or typefaces or markings on stuff.
Yeah, I think they do that more in the later games. And these were one of the earlier games. I think they did that less.
Yeah.
Presumably because they got experience of what people found confusing. But here, I think those lines... I mean, there's only really 2 reasonable ways of interpreting them. You either overlap them in some way, or you put them next to each other and put the black card on. So although I found that hard, I think that probably were just making it tough work.
I would say that was the only puzzle that kind of baffled me, personally.
Now we got stuck in probably
think
one
we
of the
got-
places. Or it was maybe only when I disagreed with you and you turned out to be correct.
What do you know? No, I'm sure there were other times when we got things just a little bit slower than we usually do. But that's okay.
Yes, so there we go. That is Exit the Game. I'm finally fine with the camera. It is
The Polar
Polar Station. Well, if you've already solved that yourself or you were solving along with us, we'd love to know how you got on. So do please leave your comments down below. We'd love to read all your thoughts on these videos and
We
on the
do.
games and on puzzles themselves. And in particular, if you've got anything else you'd like to say, please feel free just to share.
Yeah.
And do please like the video if you haven't yet. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, we'd love it if you would join us.
You should.
Makes it easier to find our future videos, and we enjoy getting the subscribers too, so it's all good.
We'll be there, so you should join us.
And talking of being there, please do join us in a future or a past video. But I guess until we see you in one of those videos, all that remains is for me to say goodbye.
And for me to say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.